So I did the alcohol ink on the Yupo paper. I said I would do like some same but different cards using the Yupo paper. So that's what I have out here for today. I have 2 cards, everything cut out, ready to go. What I did was I had some of the Neenah shimmer, what's this called? It's Neenah Metallics is what it is, in the colors, not like golds and silvers. It's in pink and yellow and this red color and this blue color, and I think that's it. At any rate, I had these die cuts. They have stitching. It's the heart with stitching and then the oval with stitching. And to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and stamped in what's that stuff called? Versamark. And then I used a copper embossing powder on it. This is by Wow, and it just says metallic copper, and it says it's super fine. And I went ahead and heat embossed these guys so that I wouldn't have to do that because I talk too much. We all know this. I got out some enamel dots to use with this because I thought some of these colors would look beautiful with those papers. The card bases that I'm using are Neenah 110 pound. They're cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And they're both top fold. It was one sheet of paper. I cut it in half. Then for one of them, I have this black and white polka dot that I cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then I have this shimmer by DCWV. It's cut at 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. And then my Yupo piece is 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. And then I think it's this one that's going to go on there. I haven't decided yet. On the other one, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I tend to do things in 8s. I prefer them over quarters. This pink one is cut at 3 3/4 by 5, which will have a good border around it because that's a striped paper behind it, and I would like to see the striped paper. Then the Yupo piece is 3 1/8 by 4 3/4. I'm sorry. And then I got out some twine. Which one did I want here? I'm going to pop these guys up on foam. I'm probably going to use the blue with this one because this looks like a darker blue as opposed to a teal. So I think I'll do that. And then I got out some of this orange twine that I got from Target. Would be about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. I got out some black and white baker's twine. Then I tied these 2 little bows, one out of this orange and one out of this white. I'm debating on whether or not I want to use this white with the black and white and then layer these 2 together. I'll have to use like a score tape on the Yupo paper and on the shimmer paper. And the shimmer paper, just so you know, came in a gigantic sheet that I think was 16 by 20 or something nonsensical like that. And I got it from Tuesday Morning. This one here, there are only 8 sheets, 2 of each color. It had orange, it had this pretty green. Where's the end of this tape? Orange, green, a red, and what's the other color? Pink. But again, it's like 16 by 20, so you can do several cards or, I don't know, whatever you want, I guess. Scrapbook pages, whatever. I know I've been working off of one sheet of green for 6 months, but I don't use it all the time. So, of course, it would take me a long time to use. I do like it because the glitter doesn't come off. You can cut it, and it doesn't come off. It doesn't come off on the trimmer. It doesn't come off on your hand. It just doesn't come off. So I do like that about it. Now I need to decide, do I want to use this landscape and open this way as opposed to this way? Because I don't mind the stripes going up and down or side to side. That I don't care about. But I do kind of like the idea of it going this way. And it's going to need some mats on the inside because I don't like the feel of it without. I know that, and I don't know why I didn't cut mats. When I buy something like two-sided tape or something like that, I would rather go ahead and buy 2 rolls as opposed to 1 because then I don't have to go back so often. Does that make sense? Because I have this tendency of, every time I go back, oh, well, I need to look at such and such while I'm here. Not that I need anything, because I don't. But that's how my mind works. Oh, well, since I'm here, I might as well pick up whatever it is. I can't be the only one that thinks like that. And if I am, I guess that's what I get for doing my own thinking, right? And I think I'm going to do a small giveaway. Because when I was in Joann's the last time, which has only been 2 weeks ago or something like that, I was in the clearance section, and they happened to have some stamp sets that were being clearanced out. They were from the $1.99 bin, but I got a really good deal on them. So I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and pick them up, and I have a few other things to put in a giveaway because I would rather send, this doesn't feel sticky enough for this, I would rather send multiple things, not everything of the same vein, like not all just stamp sets, or I don't know, just sequins. I'm not sending any sequins, but you know what I mean. I would rather do kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That way other people can try things maybe that they haven't tried. Like, I have several rolls of the two-sided Duck Brand tape. And if you want a super sticky tape, that's the one for you. I mean, super sticky. And it's one of those. Hang on. It's one of those tapes that you have to be extremely sure that you're putting it exactly where you want it, because there is no peeling it up and moving it. It's not one of those that you just can't. It tears up whatever you're working on. It's one that we did some weatherproofing on our windows a few years back, and we got the shrink type You put it on your window, you see through, and you use a hairdryer to kind of shrink it where it's really tight on your windows. And we don't typically open our windows, so that was what I wanted to do. Anyway, we got the Duck brand of that plastic weatherproofing. I think that's what it's called. At any rate, I got it at Walmart. It had 2 rolls of this Duck brand 2-sided tape. Well, I got into crafting soon after that, and I still had a roll and a half of this Duck brand tape. And I thought, well, what am I going to do with that? Well, then when I got into crafting, I thought, I'm going to use it in that. This stuff is stronger, in my opinion, than Redline tape. So I've been collecting a few things here and there for the next giveaway that I do. And I'm so appreciative of all the growth that I've had in the last 6 months that I want to reward the people who have made that possible. And that's you guys, So I'm going to host a little giveaway. It won't be anything major, but I'm going to host one soon. Now, where do I want to put this? I don't want to put it right in the middle. And I don't want to cover up all that foiling. That's close to the middle, but let's put it right there. Alright, so other things I was going to talk to you guys about. And tell me if you've had these issues with your phone company. About a year ago, my husband needed a new phone, and it was time for an upgrade. So he got this new phone. Now, my husband's phones don't even get a single scratch on them, and he doesn't put them in a case. He wears them in like a phone holster on his hip. That's just what he does with his phone. And they never get a scratch one on them, not anywhere. And he always keeps a screen protector on there. But about 6 months went by, and all of a sudden, his phone quit charging. Well, he took it into a phone repair. Well, first he called our carrier, which is U.S. Cellular, told them about it, and they said, well, you'd have to send it to us. And he said, no, you don't understand. I run my business off of that phone. I have a welding business. I work on race cars, and I'm president of this racing club that I'm in. I can't be without my phone. So they recommended a phone repair place, and he took it there, and, they were able to fix it within 45 minutes, which was great. But they charged $45, which, again, was no big deal. So he paid the $45, and the girl that he was dealing with there told him that they get somewhere between 6 and 8 of those phones in, at least weekly. That same exact phone, for the same exact reason. And so he said, well, you'd think that they'd, recall them, pull them off the market, something, if that many people are having that kind of trouble with their phone and with this charger port. And she even said to him, your phone looks brand new. She said, how long have you had it? And he said, I've had it 6 months. She said, it looks brand new, like you just took it out of the package. That's how good a care he takes of his phone. And so he said, yeah, I'm just real careful, I just don't do anything that would get scratches on my phone. So they repaired it. Well, we're 6 months later, and the same exact problem happened again. So I told him last night, I said, look, you can keep paying $45 to get this phone fixed every 6 months or so, or you could just go get a new phone. You know, upgrade, do whatever, but get a new phone. So he called him this morning because he turns his phone off at night and he puts it on the charger so that it's good and charged in the morning when he goes off to work. He put it on charger last night before 10 p.m. It showed that it was charging. When he got up at 5:15 this morning, there was 5% charge on it. So he finally made the decision, this is foolish, I'm not going to mess with this anymore, I'm getting a new phone. Which I'm glad he chose to do that. Because that's just irritating, for anybody. And his day job actually contacts him on that phone, so he needs it for that as well. Anyway, do you guys have those problems? I mean, have you had that problem with any of the U.S. cellular phones that they carry? Let's put this one up high. I mean, I could understand if he was rough with his phone, but he's just not. He's real careful about how he plugs it in and all that. He's just real careful with it because he and I both are of the same mind that when you take care of whatever it is that you have, then it will last longer. And who wants to have to buy a new phone every 6 months to a year, Not this girl. So he's supposed to be going after work to get a new phone. Oh, here's a little trick that I learned too from somebody that I've been watching. I will have to take the middle one off. But if you're using this type of two-sided tape and you're worried about not getting it straight, maybe needing to peel it back up, if you just pull these back just a little bit. Oh, I don't like where I put that. Let's see if I can fix it. Come on, you move up. That's better. Anyway, if you start these like that, figure out where you want it, put it down. Oh, come on. And then because you've put these out to the side where you can grab them, you just pull. Wait a minute, I'm missing one. Where did it go? Yep. That's okay. See, it just makes it easier. I don't remember who I learned that from, but it sure is a good idea. I think I saw it on Sandy Allnaut, too. I think she's done that before. You talk about somebody who is very artistic. I mean, she's an artist and paper crafter, but she does some of the prettiest and some of the funnest cards. I like watching a variety of people. Like that. It's getting where the little fiddly things I'm having more trouble with. I still like doing it, but fidgety stuff. Whoops, I'm getting glue everywhere. Good thing it dries matte and it dries clear. I order my art glitter glue from Maymay Made It, and it's finally getting to the time of the year where they're allowed to ship it again, because this glue can't be shipped if any place in between the person buying it and the person selling it, if it gets below 40 degrees, they can't ship it, because it does not play well with the cold temperature. So it's getting to the time of year where they can actually ship it again. And then I'll fiddle with that after it dries good. I'm not going to get down the little silver hearts that I usually use. I'm going to use one of these guys. These I got from AliExpress. But I got this one, and then I got some other, let me see if I can find them. I got these guys and these guys. How pretty are those? No. None of those were speaking to me. Could do a bright yellow. And then one more. I like to put a heart on every one of our projects, you know, just to show people this is how I feel. You know, I got a lot of love for you. And I just think it's those little touches that really can make all the difference. Now, I think I just need to do the mats for the inside. Let's see, I'm going to use this paper and cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. And then the white piece that I put on top will be cut at 3 1/2 by 5. And I'm not going to put a sentiment on the inside, because these are just, in my opinion, a little note card. So whatever I write, I'll have plenty of space to write, because I write a lot, but I also write big. I've always had really big handwriting. But you know, I think some of that comes from having vision problems. I've worn glasses since I was a little girl. But to be able to see what I was writing, I had to write it bigger. So I've just always had really big handwriting. By doing the mats on the inside, it kind of balances the card, not just, aesthetically, but also when you have something that's top heavy, like I tend to do, standing it up, sometimes it'll just fall over because you have so much out here but not enough in here to balance it. Hope that made some sense. Now, the white piece for this one, I'll cut it 3.5 by 5. I'm only saying 3.5 because that's what width this is already. Got adhesive on it. So this will get cut at 4 by 5.25. There we go. 2 cards, same but different, using the alcohol inks and the Yupo paper. So you guys let me know what you think. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I certainly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Bye, guys.